Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Okay, I'm going to try and summarize this as quick and as easy as I can for the narrative. I'm going to put it like this. All I really need for the narrative is for you to write about who you are as a writer. It's that simple. The problem is, it's too simple. And some of you are going, how is it that simple? I don't know who I am as a writer. That's okay. I'm going to give you a little bit of help here. If you took the quiz on calming the inner critic, you're going to see that question number 2 was literally the way in which you were going to write the narrative. So some of you might have been like, I'm a terrible writer and I don't know what I'm doing and I'm panicking. That tells me exactly who you are as a writer. Because maybe your statement was, I don't feel there's enough guidance. Well, what you want is a step-by-step explanation of what you need to do. As a writer, you need a step-by-step explanation of what to do. That's a part of who you are as a writer. You can literally write about that. Some of you put really beautiful outlines. That outline you could put and then underneath write, this is who I am as a writer. This is how I outline things. Some of you hate outlines and said, I don't know how to do this because I don't really outline. This is how I write. And then you talked about it. That's exactly what I'm looking for in the narrative. It's really easy. When you think about it as, who are you as a writer? Well, I like organization, or I like being creative, or I don't like any of those. I hate writing. I just want to be logistic and I want to put everything in bullet points. That's okay too. That's who you are as a writer. What I'm trying to get here is to challenge you to really understand what is writing. And when we're in academia, we keep thinking there's this very specific thing we need to do in order to get the points. All I'm looking for here wholly, within 3 double-spaced pages, if you just want to write the essay, is to say, this is who I am as a writer. These are the things that probably influenced me. And it could be anything. It could be, maybe you started writing, songs and you really liked that and you found that's the way you write is very lyrical. Or maybe you like doing bullet points and you might like making lists and that's how you see who you are as a writer. Maybe as I don't know, in elementary school you had a teacher who was really mean and ruined writing for you. That could be the case too. Maybe you loved writing and now this assignment makes you hate writing. Talk about that. Literally, this is open for you to express who you are as a writer. And the rough draft, all the rough draft is kind of your process to figure this out. And so I'm going to send also some information on ways you can start this, but just start writing. All you have to do is like, I hate this assignment. I don't know what I'm doing. Why is she making me do this? And then maybe answer that question and keep typing for like 2 straight minutes. Just type all your frustrations, all the things. Just start typing and see where it leads you. All right. And then stop and then look back at what you wrote and then write about what you wrote. That's you writing about your writing. That's what I'm looking for here. I want you to write about who you are as a writer. So don't try and confuse yourself too much because I left it creative, but I'm leaving it creative because some of you already know who you are as a writer. Or maybe you don't know who you are as a writer and you're just trying to push yourself to something unique. The only thing I'm really truly looking for here, if you're trying to just make it as simple as possible, is tell me who you are as a writer. But I need you to expand on that. Obviously, you got to get 3 pages out of this. So I want you to be able to express this in whatever way you feel most comfortable, okay? So when you first start your rough draft, if you're not sure where you want to go, you can put your first paragraph, just make a note, put little asterisks, whatever you need to do, in that first paragraph say, hey, below are my ideas. This is where I'm going. I'm confused. I don't know. Can you help guide me? I'm going to keep writing my paper and I'm going to show you below who I think I am as a writer. If you have suggestions, please help me. That's all you have to put at the beginning of your rough draft so that who your peers are underneath reading it can go, well, based on what you've told us about who you are as a writer, you have fears of writing, but you do like writing these things. the way you process writing. Your peers can come through and say, these are my suggestions. You could write it this way if you want, or you could write it that way, or here's some more ideas for you. It is very vague, and it is very just kind of floaty. And some of you are like, I hate this. I'm challenging you. That's the whole point of this. We're going to get to the research paper where it's very, not strict, but it's very specific, and I'm looking for an outline and blah, blah. I want you to have fun with this, and I really want you to experiment to see, who are you as a writer? Try and figure this part out, because this is really important. Because in order to be a good writer, you have to figure out maybe where your stuck points are, the things that you're good at, or the things you don't feel good at. I don't know what that is. You have to tell me. All right. So the only thing, I'm going to keep repeating this, the only thing I need, say it with me again, is, who are you as a writer? That's it. Anything else, when it comes to research and other talk, we're going to talk about that in our research paper. That's not what this is. It's just a narrative. You're just telling your story about who you are as a writer. Okay? And don't panic. I know a lot of students are like, this is too much. I don't know how to do this. You can't go wrong as long as you write about your writing. That's it. I would just like you to take yourself to the next level and be creative with it. And I know, especially if you're not creative, think of a unique way in which you can write this. Again, say bullet points are like the kind of way you like writing. You can write some bullet points of your main ideas, and then below, describe the bullet points, elaborate on what it is you're trying to say with these bullet points. You can do that because we're just writing about our writing, and we're experiencing our process. And that's what I want you to do, is kind of break open and go, oh, that's what I do. Didn't know. Or, oh, this is why I get stuck, is because of this thing that I do, or my fears, or whatever. This is your story. So anyway, hopefully this helped. Please, if you have any questions, go ahead and message me. But don't freak out. Just attempt and see where you go. This is why we do rough drafts, to see what others are doing, and then maybe what we can either do better or different. Okay? All right. See you on the other side.